Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be decorating some unicorn cupcakes. First, we have to choose what size we will use for our cupcake. We can definitely use the medium that is over on the left or the small that is over on the right, but today I'm going to choose the medium simply because I like how big it is and how plump and cute it makes these cupcakes look. We're going to begin by kneading our fondant, and I'm using Satin Ice fondant here. And just make sure you knead until it's really wrinkle free and until you don't feel any lumps. When using molds, make sure that you have cornstarch at hand. That's what's in this little container here. And it's just to make sure that our fingers don't get stuck to the fondant when we're inserting it into the mold. And you can also powder the mold itself before putting in the fondant. For this project, I'm only going to powder my fingers because my fingers do tend to get a little bit sticky. But using Satin Ice, I found that it doesn't get stuck into the mold. And then always make sure for our tip here to shape the fondant or gum paste similar to the mold cavity that you're using. It'll make it a lot easier for you to use molds instead of having to work with a big piece and trying to insert it and then cutting around the edges. Make sure to always press down firmly to make sure you capture every single detail of your mold. And then just start popping them out and laying them either on a non-stick mat or on a piece of parchment paper. They're totally the right size, so I'm very happy with it. And now to make the rest. If you do have problems with your fondant being too flimsy or a little bit like it doesn't hold its shape too well, you can pop your molds into the freezer for about 1 or 2 minutes, and when you take them out, they'll be hard enough without losing their shape. And here I'm just showing you the size that I'm using. For this next part, I am going to paint the inside of the ears gold and the horns gold, but by all means, if you don't have any of these things, feel free to color them with whatever you have at home that is edible. For our next tip, if you are using the gold, you can also use vanilla extract or vodka to dilute it. To decorate the cupcakes, I'll be using a variety of M&Ms and sprinkles that I have on hand. But also feel free to use anything that you have on hand, and don't feel forced to buy anything that is on the video. I will be using a disposable piping bag, and I will be using the Wilton 1M tip to pipe on my cupcakes today. Take your piping bag and make sure that you open it all the way. And once it's open, drop your piping tip all the way in. For cutting, make sure that you cut at least 1/3 of the way into the tip and nothing more. Your tip can burst out from the pressure. Once your bag is filled, make sure that you push all the way frosting to the bottom and twist it at the top. And for today's decoration, I'm going to use a rosette, and I am going to give it a little bit of volume, so it will have a lot of frosting. You can definitely use less if you want to. For the rosette, you're going to start in the middle of the cupcake. And your bag shouldn't be directly on the cupcake, it should be floating on top of it. Start squeezing and release even pressure until you're satisfied with the height of your rosette. Now we can start to decorate. I start here with the smallest sprinkles. It's sanding sugar, and I'm just sprinkling it all over the top of the rosette. Next, to mark where I want to put all my other decorations, I will insert the horn first and then decorate around it. Inserting the horn first is kind of a guide for you to see where you want to place all your other decorations, but feel free to do it however you think works best for you. And here is the final result. I think they're so cute. At the end, I did add a golden skirt to the bottom of the cupcakes because I didn't like how it looked with the black baking cups. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.